Hi, Sean.
I talked to you yesterday.
Good. You are fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes. A great host. Show is great to listen to his show.
Absolutely, 95.5.
One mic. All I need is one mic. That's all I need.
Hey, Shelly Winter Show, ladies and gentlemen. We are live, local, topical, and relevant. I am back in the studio on my regular time slot. 7 to 9 p.m. with a brand new hip. This is the first time you're hearing from me in the studio, and I am so excited. Life is good. I'm telling you. I come to you every night, and I talk to you on this great radio station, 95.5 WSB. And I tell you about virtual imaging, ATL.com, right? I go to them, I use them. They're very good. You want to know what's going on with your body, right? Same thing, please visit them and use them because it changes your life when you know what's going on. I got this hip replacement on Monday. I feel brand new, really. I mean, I do. I feel like a new man, and it feels good. It feels like I feel like I'm on a precipice of greatness. Like that's how I feel with this new hip, and it's the hip replacement. But I feel brand new. I sounded. I'm excited about life again. I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, really do it for yourself. Take care of your health. I can't tell you enough. I can't stress it enough. Part of a lot of what we go through in life is because we're sad. And a lot of why we're sad is because we don't like ourselves. And a lot of the reasons why we don't like ourselves is because of ailments, a knee pain, a back pain, an elbow pain, things that can be fixed. And we just live with it like it's normal, and it's not. It was not normal for me to walk around for 2 or 3 years walking like an 80-year-old man. Nothing wrong with being an 80-year-old man. God bless you all. But I'm not 80, and I didn't need to walk around like one. And now I feel so good. So let's get right to the show. I just wanted to say that to you guys, man. If it impacts someone, please, please listen to me. If you've got stuff going on, aches and pains, it can be alleviated. You can get rid of it. Mark talks about QC Kinetics all the time. It can fix it. Dr. Joe's on. Listen to him. You can fix these problems. Just get them fixed, and you'll feel so much better. Trust me. I feel great right now. I'm doing too much, probably too fast, but hey, that's the way I am. But I want to talk about, we've got to start here, all right? Good evening, Shelly Winter, live, local, topical, and relevant to Shelly Winter Show. But let me tell you, this Diddy sentencing. Now, let me start off by saying this. I am in no way, shape, or form a Diddy fan, okay? I think this guy's a monster. I think he's a very bad man, right? I'm not a fan. I'm not cheering for him. I'm not, oh my God, he's going to, none of that. I'm just a man, okay? I'm a proud American heterosexual man, okay? In love with a woman, but love women, okay? In love with one, but love women, right? I got to tell you, this is scary to me. This is very scary to me. Let's break down. They try to get him on human trafficking, sex trafficking, rape, RICO charges, all of that. The jury said, come on, man, that's crazy. He didn't do any of that. So they got him on 2 counts of prostitution. Transportation, 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, as I understand this, right, as I hear that, I'm thinking, oh, was he traveling to sell his body? No. That's not what was going on. That's not what happened. He had big freaky parties, right? So I'm in the studio here. Let's say I owned this station, and I had this big studio, and we blacked out all the windows, and I said, hey, let's watch the Super Bowl in the studio. And I flew women in from all over the country, paid their airfare, paid their hotel, and gave them the money we negotiated for them to just have fun with all my friends. I'm not engaging in prostitution. They are. Why aren't they going to jail for prostitution? How's it that I go to jail for prostitution and all I did, basically he was the John. That's what you have here. You get 50 months for that? Now, I was talking to a lawyer, attorney Phil Holloway. He's at his son's high school football game, so he couldn't call in. But he told me the judge, the guidelines say 70 months. And I'm thinking to myself, 70 months for that? So if you're going to the 2028 Republican National Convention or the Democrat National Convention in 2028, and you have a big suite at an expensive hotel, which it happens all the time, and you fly in some entertainment, as they're called, and you pay for their air, their hotel, and their gratuities, if you will, you can go to jail because you're engaging in transportation for prostitution. You can go to jail for that. That is nuts to me. That is absolute. The woman who's actually doing the sale of her body doesn't go to jail, but you do for paying for it. That's a crazy world we're living in. I'm no fan of Diddy. I'll be honest with you. I am no fan of Diddy. I think he's a monster. But 50 months for this? And the judge even says, I don't think you'll ever stop. Ever stop what? Having parties? So basically, Diddy is going to jail for being a freak. And as far as I know, the jury didn't convict him of that. But that's what he's going to jail for. So that means every one of you out there, I'm normal. I'm a missionary guy. But every one of you guys out there that are freaks, that like the crazy stuff, you're in jeopardy. Your freedom is in jeopardy. And you got to understand that. So for all of you out there saying, well, screw him, he deserves it, think about it. Think about your own personal life and how you can go to jail for some of this stuff, because that's what he's being convicted of. Someone said to me that, well, the beatings of Cassie, but that he wasn't convicted for that. You can't put a man in jail for something the jury didn't say he did. He was never even charged for that. I mean, it's I don't know, man. I'm like, again, I'm not a Diddy fan. I think he's a monster. I think he's a bad man. I think he's a manipulative, evil man. But but that's not what he was charged with. That's not what the jury found him guilty of. 50 months? This is the world we want to live in? You know, it's I don't know, man. It's just really bothersome to me. And like I said, I'm not defending his actions. I'm not defending him. Don't get it twisted. Don't call in here. Don't send emails saying Shelley Winters. I'm not at all. I just think fair is fair, right is right, wrong is wrong. 50 months. And the women who actually engaged in prostitution don't go to jail for engaging in prostitution, but he goes to jail for engaging in transportation for prostitution. That is the nuttiest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's just, once they want to get you, they want to get you. They want to get you. President Trump and the Republicans, let me say this. Controversial take. You won't hear it anyplace else. Let me tell you all this. Let me tell you, President Trump, this. You won't be able to run in 2028. I know you have the hats out. I know you're trolling. I know you don't plan on running again in 2028. I'm not going to vote for you because it's unconstitutional. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm not even going to engage in the conversation. But I will say this to you, sir. You want to lock down African-American men, middle working class men, Asians, Hispanic, white. You want to lock that demographic down for the next 3 cycles, election cycles? Pardon Diddy in the next month. Pardon him. And you will lock down a male vote in the next month. I know there are a bunch of women saying that's disgusting, Shelley, but it's real, ladies. You got to understand it's real. This dude paid plane flights, hotels, gave women a gratuity to hang out for the weekend and ball out, party out, and have a great time. And that's illegal now? And the women were all for it? They were for it because they took the money. They came. Oh, we couldn't leave. Oh, really? Who tied you down? Who coerced you? And I know there's a bunch of, the sexual freedom girls out there, the feminists out there who will say, well, power and all this stuff. Stop minimizing women. Stop making you the weaker sex. The Cassie thing was disgusting. Beating her up in a hotel was disgusting. Someone should have jumped him a long time before that tape came out. But that's not what the jury got him on. And I don't think you should be sentenced for something that wasn't even charged or the jury never even considered. The Shelley Winter Show, 404 872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. If you notice, if you're watching on WSBRadio.com, Mike, you notice something?
You're standing?
I'm standing up. You know why? Because I have a new hip. I have a new hip. You don't have a new hip. We'll be right back. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk.